can't believe that's your brother.
Alex Curry?
Yeah.
So y'all know each other, like, pretty well.
Yeah, dude.
If you saw him outside right now, you'd be like, what's up?
Yeah, I got his, I still got all my newspaper clippings, right?
Yeah.
And me and him came out on it.
Yeah.
And then one with Darius.
Yeah. That's dope as
So
shit.
yeah, dude.
Dude, bro, you know we actually come out in a lot of newspaper, bro, and, like, we probably, like, we don't
even realize it.
Yeah, dude, it's because it's all social media now, bro.
Yeah.
The newspaper wasn't not a big deal no more.
Yeah,
because we used
back
to
in the day it was more important. Like,
yeah, we used to.
Yeah, everybody would probably be seeing that shit like, oh, look.
Bro, we used to wake up I used to wake up in the morning. My dad would take me straight to 7-Eleven because both of us would be like, let's see if we made it. And then we made the front page of the newspaper, and then you would check the backs up to see everybody's points and stuff like that.
Yeah.
Like that's what we looked for.
Well, now we check for Felix Chavez, bro.
Felix Chavez
on Twitter.
Yeah.
So what's up, bro? How was your day?
Chilling, man.
Chilling. Did you work today?
Yeah, I worked this morning.
Yeah. So, what time did you go in?
I went in at 8.
8 in the morning. And so you're a police officer, right?
Yes, sir.
Yeah.
I don't make it known though.
So so yeah, I mean we could cut anything, but should we leave that out?
No, you could leave it.
All right.
I just don't post it. You know.
Yeah. No, I feel you. Yeah, I don't even know. Like looking at your IG, like I didn't even know that you were like that's like you're an associate with that. So
yeah,
you have a lot of mystery behind that.
A lot of people still think I'm teaching and coaching, bro.
Yeah?
To be honest, yeah.
So you used to teach and coach?
Yeah, I used to be a teacher.
Where at?
Nolan Richardson.
For real?
Yep.
Oh shit. What'd you coach there?
So I taught 8th grade social studies, and then I coached at Loretto High School as the head track girls coach, varsity. Yeah.
Do you ever miss that? Like coaching?
I miss the coaching.
Coaching, yeah.
That's for sure. Just the track meets every week.
Yeah.
All that good stuff.
Yeah, I bet. I mean, everybody that like coaches, like they say, it's very fulfilling in a way.
Oh, that's nice, dude. I mean, if you develop somebody, and those people have good work ethic.
Yeah.
Then, you see that they want to go to college or they want to progress in the running career. Like, it makes you better as a coach. You know what I'm saying?
For sure. Yeah. So this is episode 21. So episode 21 of The Most Vulnerable Player. And we have Freddy, and your last name is?
Arellano.
Freddy Arellano. I knew it was Arellano, but then you said your mom's last name was? Granado. Okay.
Yeah.
It's just her like maiden name type thing.
No, she got remarried.
Mm-hmm. Okay. Got you. So yeah, Freddy Arellano. He's obviously like police officer like we talked about. He and you also you have a run club. It's a social club that runs here in El Paso. It's called Run For It EP. And yeah, man, I actually just started going there. So I work at Neep Collective. It's a family business, and I ran with you guys first we collaborated like on an event at Neep Collective, and that's when I got to meet. I don't think you were there. I think I met Thomas that day.
Yeah, you met Thomas.
I met Thomas, but man, ever since then it's just like I really enjoy and really like what you guys are doing with it. It's crazy, bro, because everybody that goes out, it's a lot of the same people. Mm-hmm. But also, I feel like a lot of people bring friends with them, like to go for their first time, and just the whole community, bro. I think it's what you guys are doing is like badass, bro. So, how'd you guys start that? How'd that come about?
So Thomas and I, we started in 2018.
2018.
Yeah, 2018. It came up with an idea.
Thomas is one of your best friends?
Yeah, best friends.
Yeah.
I've known Thomas since middle school.
Yeah.
Yeah. And since middle school up until now, I mean, we just been best friends. We lived together back in the day.
Yeah.
When I moved back from El Paso. But when we started it was 2018. My tia passed away. Mm-hmm. And she passed away from cancer. So I went up to Thomas. I was like, hey, let's start hosting, 5K events. Mm-hmm. Because during that time, I was already coaching.
Yeah.
So I knew how to organize the event.
Kind of raise money for cancer. Yeah.
Mm-hmm. And we were doing it as a nonprofit.
Mm-hmm.
So we would hit up a lot of nonprofit groups and say, you know what, we'll make X amount of money, and then all the money that we make, we're going to donate it to you guys.
Wow.
And then to get people out for vendors and stuff like that, we just let them know, hey, you know what, we'll pay for you guys to be vendors. All the compensation that you guys get, we won't take nothing from it. We just want people to come out and run.
Yeah.
So that's what we did. And then after that, we're like, damn, a lot of people showed up. I think we had about 120 runners.
Oh, shit. Yeah.
120 runners. And then from there, we just started doing the run club. And we have a lot of people in the industry, that work at Lost and Found. They
Yeah.
work at later. So we started doing them there to attract more people because, you know, El Paso, Party City.
Yeah, for sure.
Everybody wants to go to the bar and drink. So we figured, let's get running at a bar.
Yeah.
So afterwards, you know,
you
people had an incentive to drink. So,
Yeah.
you know, we started doing that.
And it started, but it mainly started with it was like maybe 3 or 4 of you guys know, like to start off when you were starting in 2018.
No,
like
man.
There's a few friends, or you like first time you had the run club itself. How many people like actually came to that?
I think we had about a solid 25, bro.
Oh,
because
shit.
during that time, when me and Thomas were doing it, we were working out at Get Lifted Central.
Okay.
My buddy Steve owned that gym at the time. So him and his girlfriend Raquel, we would ask him to like host little run clubs at the gym, and then we would have people come out. And that's when Viejo was starting up.
True.
So Viejo would come out, set up their little minivan and everything like that, and then do the pop-up. So we just started gaining people from there. Yeah. And then from there, we kind of migrated to Lost and Found later.
All the bars,
You know, all those.
And because I remember you talking about how did COVID affect you guys? Like, did you guys still try to do the runs or?
Dude, COVID helped us even way more.
Oh, true.
Because we were doing like the virtual runs. We were doing challenges like who can get 100 miles in a week, and then we would just give people prizes and stuff. I would personally buy gift cards. Like I would spend my own money and give someone, all right, if you reach 100 miles at the end of the week, I'll get you $100 gift card.
Damn.
Or if you reach 100 miles in the week, I'll get you some pair of shoes.
Yeah.
Like I would just invest my own money into it. Thomas would invest his own money into it. So that's how we did it.
Yeah.
And COVID freaking really, really, really popped it off even more.
Yeah.
Because everybody wanted to post it. Everybody had a lot of time.
And everybody needed kind of like somebody kind of hang out with, because during COVID, I mean, it was tough, bro. There was like, you really didn't see your friends that much.
Nope.
And yeah.
Everybody was staying home.
Yeah.
I mean, I bet you it saved a lot of people money, though.
Yeah, for sure.
A lot of people money. But it also invested people into the running aspect of things. Because everybody started to get a little bit more physical when COVID happened.
What do you think that was? Why do you think people like started to be more active during COVID?
Because they lost all the resources, man.
Yeah.
They lost the gym. I mean, we couldn't even go to the gym. Unless you knew a homie that owned the gym, they're going to get you in there.
Yeah.
Right? But a lot of people lost that resource. So what's free? Running.
Yeah, exactly. Shit, I know I was running, bro. I did have you heard of the Goggins challenge?
Yeah.
I did that shit during COVID, bro. I actually have a video of it. I did like a vlog and shit. And I don't even know if I could do that now. Like, I don't know. It was just a different mindset. I feel like I was at a different mindset like during COVID, but it's also because I had time. Like, how often do you have like just 2 days to set aside to like wake up every 4 hours? You know, like that shit was intense, bruh.
Because if you were working during COVID, you would get home from work and you had nothing to do.
Yeah.
You were either playing Call of Duty or you were outside running.
Yeah.
So I know a lot of people were making challenges up. And everybody was just going wild for them.
Yeah.
Because people were so bored.
Yeah, that's insane. And then this past, I would say 2023 is when I finally first saw like the Run Club like on social media and stuff. Is there anything you guys changed? Like, did you just start posting more, or did it just take that much time to kind of for people to get to know you, or did you like flip a switch to where like, all right, we need to go hard on this, and this?
So we were just throwing little teasers out on Run For like coming soon.
Yeah. Just
to gain a little traction, and people would start to respond like, oh, what's happening?
Yeah.
But during that time, we were already talking to Jose, the owner of Viejo Coffee.
Okay.
And that's when he put up that new spot right by Lost and Found. So we went up to Jose and said like, hey man, let's just do the Run Club again. Because he's been with us since we started. Yeah. 2018.
And he runs himself?
Yeah, he runs himself. So back then they were just mobile. They didn't have a storefront. So he would like do deliveries. He would do like the little bolsas. My Spanish is horrible. But he would do the little bags and stuff like that, how they do in the Mexican culture, you know. And so when we went up to him, we were like, hey, let's do it, man. And he was always cool. Yeah. And I think me and Thomas just posted it. And then the first day, I think we maybe had about 40, 50 heads. Wow. First day back.
Were you expecting that?
We didn't expect that. Yeah. It was cool to see. I guess people were just kind of wanting that to happen. We have a lot of people from like Austin and from out of town that been searching for something like this because they do that on a daily basis in Austin. You know what I'm saying? They have a bunch of run clubs out there. Yeah. So
it's something new to El Paso.
Yeah.
Fairly. I mean, I'm sure there's other run clubs, but definitely the whole community aspect and just as many people that come out.
yeah.
It's
Well, they have the OG Run Club for Up and Running
okay.
right there down the street from us.
Yeah.
At Up and Running on Mesa, where the district is at.
Okay. Is
that
it
little plaza area?
Is it a different demographic? Would you say, or is it pretty similar? Like
It's a little older.
okay, yeah. So I was gonna say like I feel like Run for It is definitely more younger. I mean, they're still a little bit like older, but there's definitely a lot more younger cats that come out for sure.
Younger, and the good reason is that Jose puts a lot of good aesthetics into Viejo Coffee, right?
Yeah, for sure.
You want to. Everybody knows that you're gonna go into Viejo Coffee and you're gonna take a selfie on that mirror.
For sure. Yeah,
Like that's their iconic, view.
Yeah.
So people are gonna go in there and they're gonna take the coffee picture. They're gonna take that picture in that mirror. So
Yeah.
that's a good utilization to kind of push people to come.
Yeah.
It's all about aesthetics now.
Nah, for sure, bro. The way you all are branding it is like, it's genius, like to me, because people literally like, obviously a lot of it is about the running, but like a lot of it is really just going out. You're gonna take a selfie with your friends. Like it's good vibes, and like just honestly, what I enjoy most is talking to people after. Like that's what I enjoy the most about it. Like obviously, yeah, the running's dope. But like you run every day or like every other day, but I just think that it's like just the networking aspect, and just you have people out there that are actually like-minded, and just I don't know, it's just a dope vibe to me.
Yeah. I mean, like you said, man, we're not a run club. We're a social club that likes to run. So we do it more of a network kind of base, and that's, man. I mean, we get into it. I've met a lot of good people out there just by the run club.
Mm-hmm.
First day, I feel like I've known them for years. I mean, just like you came in the first day and you introduced yourself, even though I wasn't at that run at NEEP.
Yeah.
You came in, you were like, "What's up, man? Like, this is what I do. Here's the logo. Like, I'm going to make you guys a reel, all this good stuff." And then next thing you know, here we are.
Yeah,
you know
exactly. It's crazy how it works out. El Paso, man.
Oh, man. This city's, I'm grateful for the city, though. I mean, it's changed a lot. The older you get, it kind of changes a little bit more.
Yeah.
I definitely feel old sometimes going to different places. I'm like, damn, it's not the same no more, but it's still fun.
Nah, for sure, bro. I mean, so what would you say is like, what's yours and Thomas? Maybe you and Thomas have different purposes behind it, but what keeps you driving and motivated to keep this going and just to want to grow it, and just, what keeps you going in that? What motivates you to keep doing like the Run for It, and what's your purpose behind it?
To be honest, man, I just want to see people have fun.
Yeah.
I want to see people be fit. I want to see people network, and I just want to see people succeed.
Mm-hmm.
I mean, running, for me, is just mental clarity. I mean, I use it as a form of competition, not only with other people, but myself.
Mm-hmm.
So I figured if I keep implementing that to people, they're going to be like-minded and just do the same thing.
Yeah.
And I see that all the time, man, because people come in and they're concerned, or they'll DM like, "Look, I run slow. Like, do you think that's going to be a problem?" And I say, absolutely not. All paces, all paces, all faces. I let everybody know. I mean, we got people coming in with their babies. We got people coming in with their dogs.
Yeah.
Whether they're in the front group, whether they're in the back group. I mean, they're going to be with somebody.
Yeah.
So I just make sure that whatever pace you are, you're going to feel comfortable doing it.
Yeah.
So, that's my motivation, just to keep it going.
That's so dope,
Having
man.
people just have fun with it.
Yeah.
That's it.
Badass. I love that. And you have a few events coming up too, right? What you got going on the whole month of December?
So this Saturday we have it at Buen Dia.
Mm-hmm. Chilaquiles place.
The Chilaquiles place.
Have you had it before?
Yeah.
I haven't. It's pretty fire.
It's good, man. Yeah. The first one I went to was the one on Mesa.
Mesa, okay.
Yeah, that's the one that I went to, and I had El Super Burrito.
Oh shit!
And you should get an award by eating that one, man. That's freaking huge. But yeah, I went with my sister and my brother-in-law. We ate there, and then my buddy Phil, he's actually one of the managers there.
Okay.
So he's the one that kind of got me into the Chilaquiles place with them to set up this event.
Mm-hmm.
And me and Thomas had done some events with Bananawa, who are the owners of
Crave,
all that stuff. Yeah. So, we've done events with them.
Mm-hmm.
But he hit us up and he was like, "Hey man, I feel like this is going to be a good place for you guys to do something and, come through."
Yeah. So,
their graphics team sent us the graphics, they did their thing. Me and Thomas, we kind of keep the graphics kind of simple.
Yeah.
And, we rolled through with that. So we have that one on this Saturday, and then on the 23rd, we linked up with headquarters. So we're gonna do like a little pub run.
Yeah.
So we're gonna go to Secret Santa, and then to headquarters, and then to District, and then to Palomino's. So all those little bars, right?
Yeah.
And the way it's gonna be set up is, I'm assuming we're gonna play a drinking game.
Okay, at every spot.
At every spot, right? So if you're the first person to win in that drinking game as a team, then you go on to the next spot.
Next one.
So
It's like yeah, that's gonna be intense.
Yeah.
It's gonna be fun though.
I don't know how rowdy that's gonna get, but whoever goes, you're gonna take a shot of Hennessy every single bar you go to.
Hell yeah. Nah, that's gonna be fun, bro, for sure. And then you got the Rush.
Oh yeah, so I met with Bree.
Yeah.
Who is the owner of Rush Cycle.
Yeah, she's dope. She's awesome.
We actually met at 210 a couple of weeks ago, and we kind of talked about it. It's not going to be till March, but shout out to my boy, Johnny, the owner of Hush.
Hell yeah.
Or the J&K guy.
Yeah.
So he's going to let us do the event there, and we'll pretty much clear out the whole venue, and then we'll have multiple classes for the cycle. And then a run. So we're going to go half running, half cycling.
Yeah. Have you done a cycling class before?
No, dude. I was actually supposed to go yesterday and today.
You should have, bro. I went yesterday. I was supposed
to go.
It was fun, bro. Honestly, I wasn't sure what to expect, but it's like it gets super hype in there, bro. But yeah, it's a good workout too.
It was Bree, right?
Yeah, Breeze
plays some hood shit too.
Oh, bro, she plays that Northeast shit,
yeah,
dog.
She's from the Northeast.
Yeah, exactly.
She actually went to Chapin, so she knows a lot of my people. So
nah, for sure. Yeah, it was fun. It was really fun.
Yeah, I went. I was supposed to go yesterday, and then I was supposed to go today with Alexis.
Okay.
But then we had the podcast. So I was like, I got to cancel.
Yeah.
But I'll go next time. I promise.
Yeah, for sure. We'll all go next time.
Yeah, but for sure I want to go to Breeze class because I heard it's pretty.
Nah, it gets hood, bro, for sure. It's nice.
Yeah.
You got to come too, Curry. Yeah, hell yeah. But yeah, and then I mean that's so dope, man. It sounds like a lot of shit going on for you guys, and I mean I'm excited for it. I'm gonna pull up, so it's gonna be fun.
Oh man, I hope everybody pulls up. I mean, it gets bigger every week.
Yeah.
So, I mean, we counted about 55 heads for Denny's
really?
pop up. Yeah.
Damn, I didn't even realize there was that many people.
Yeah,
That's
dude.
crazy.
I was doing the warm up and I was looking at Thomas. I was like, damn, dude, got about 55 people here, almost 60.
That's crazy,
and, bro. I'm grateful for that. Just for the people coming out again, the movement, and then people just being active, but also people supporting the businesses.
Yeah.
Especially Denny.
Because you guys don't profit off of that, right?
No. We don't. I mean, we don't really care about the profit.
Yeah, exactly.
We just want people to enjoy themselves and come through and just run.
Yeah.
Because that's what I like to see. And that's what I've done all my life. So as long as I see people come and support the movement, that's all that matters to me. That's my currency right there.
Yeah. That's badass, bro. So you grew up in El Paso?
Yeah, I grew up in El Paso.
Yeah. So you lived here. So you went to Nolan, which I went to Nolan. You didn't. Then you went to Burgess after that, right?
Yeah.
Okay. And you played. I mean, sports was a big part of your life, right? So, what role did that play in your life, bro? Just how? I mean, you did track, you did basketball, you did. I'm sure you did other sports too, right? So, what role did sports play in your life, like growing up?
Shit, man. Honestly, it taught me how to just be a hard worker.
Yeah.
Because to be honest, I grew up playing basketball.
Mm-hmm.
But I was a scrub.
Really?
I was a scrub back in the day, bro.
What city league team did you play for?
So I didn't really play for city league teams like most of the guys that I grew up with played with. I played the McDonald's league.
Okay, where's that at?
The McDonald's league was you pretty much got selected whether you were going to be in the maroon team, the red team, the blue team, the yellow team. You just got selected. Okay. But most of the guys from like the east side, northeast, central, like we were all in that little mix.
Okay. Yeah.
But yeah, man, I mean, I guess when I started playing ball 5th grade, going up to 8th grade, I was a scrub, bro. A scrub.
Yeah.
And then I got to Burgess, and my freshman year, I was still a scrub, bro. But my dad would put me in a bunch of city leagues, and I would just keep getting better and better. Playing. Just keep playing.
And would you work on yourself, like get in the gym yourself too? So
I actually grew up in a school.
Mm-hmm.
My dad was the head custodian at MacArthur.
Oh shit! Okay.
So I grew up. So I went to MacArthur my kinder through 7th grade, and then 8th grade is when I went to Nolan.
Okay.
But I grew up in the gym, and if you ask all my friends from back in the day, bro, they give you the stories of us just going inside the school, fucking around, going on top
like
of the
after
roof.
hours type
Yeah,
shit.
after hours type shit, dude. We would go into the computer labs.
Damn.
We would go run around the goddamn school, bro. We would go up on the roof and snag all the balls that people be throwing up
That's
there.
crazy.
So we would leave with a gang of balls. But the most iconic thing, I guess, growing up that people know me for was that I used to open up the gym, bro. And I used to just have open gym runs, midnight runs. We start playing till 4 a.m. I'd open that thing at 6 a.m. I mean, we would just constantly be playing.
Yeah.
Constantly. So that's how I was able to develop hooping a little bit better.
Yeah, that's insane, bro.
Yeah.
I know if I had a homie like that, that would have been dope.
Yeah, I mean, there's so many stories at the school because, I mean, that was my home, you know?
Yeah.
I had 2 homes. We had the home in the school,
Yeah.
right? Because most head custodians,
They have a place there.
they had a place there
Yeah.
or a house that was separate.
Yeah.
Our house was attached to the school.
Wow. Okay.
So my dad would just wake up in the morning, get straight to work. I would wake up, go straight to school.
Yeah.
And then
And did you have you had access to that gym whenever you
whenever,
wanted?
bro, whenever. I mean, on those days that we weren't supposed to work out in high school, those blackout days,
Yeah.
we would, my dad would open up the school. We would go in there and start
Yeah.
hooping, or we would practice
Yeah.
during high school. But yeah, man, I mean,
So when did you see yourself really when did you take that? Because I think a lot of people have a leap when athletes. I know for you it was probably what you said sophomore to junior year, or freshman to sophomore year. Yeah, where you had it was just a difference in just whether it was your game, your confidence. So when did you see that jump? For me it was late. It was junior to senior year for sure. But when did you kind of see your game really come together?
so it was my freshman year. I was riding the damn pine. And it was my freshman coach. His name was Coach Martinez, Daniel Martinez.
Yeah.
He's now the head coach at Burgess.
Okay.
He's back at Burgess.
Wow.
But because of that guy who was yelling at me constantly, him and my dad would get into fights during the game. My dad would be screaming, why don't you play my son?
Yeah.
Why does he keep sitting down? And I would get into the game and I would be nervous, bro. I would turn over the ball. I would just I would be a mess out there.
Yeah.
But he was doing it for a reason. So it was my freshman year going into the summer when I told my pops, I was like, look, I'm putting all this work in. I know I can play ball. So I just went a little harder during the summer leagues.
Mm-hmm.
And then it wasn't until my sophomore year where I actually developed a little bit better.
Yeah.
And then that's when I went off.
How much of it was confidence? Just kind of building that confidence?
It was 100%.
Yeah.
It was 100% confidence. And that's what Coach Martinez gave me,
Yeah.
was pure confidence. And then because of him and my dad, that's where I got my competitiveness from. So my freshman year, going into my sophomore year, during that time, I was running cross country too. And that's how I got into running.
Mm-hmm.
It all intertwines.
Yeah. So you really started running cross country because of basketball?
Yeah.
Okay.
We got a new head coach my freshman year, Coach Cordova. He came from Bowie. So he made everybody join cross country.
Yeah, really? Damn,
So
that's crazy.
My freshman year, I got into cross country. I started running. My first meet as a freshman, I got top 10 and I got a medal. So I was like, oh shit, you get a medal every time you fucking run?
Yeah.
Or every time you get top 10. So my dad was just like, hey, let's just start collecting these. So freshman year, every single meet, I would get top 10.
Is cross country 3 miles or what? How many?
Yeah, it was 3 miles
Yeah.
during the time.
Okay.
So I would get a medal every meet. And then that's when Coach Smith, who was my cross country coach, who's still a big part of my life today, he moved me up to the varsity team at the end of the year, and I was able to go to regionals with the team.
Oh shit.
Although I sucked ass going into regionals,
Yeah.
it was just crazy for me to be in that position and him kind of being like, all right, let's go.
Yeah.
And then from cross country to basketball my freshman year going into my sophomore year, that's when everything just started popping off.
Yeah.
Yeah.
That's insane, bro. Because when I think about it, a lot of people have, in basketball terms, a lot of people in open gym, they could have all the game. They got the handles, they could shoot, but translating that into a game is totally different. For whatever reason, I know for me, it took me a while. I was always pretty good, bro, but I didn't really start feeling kind of myself or free until maybe my senior year, which was I still played good, but that's definitely a thing I noticed with a lot of people. It's definitely a confidence thing where it's just building that into the game,
you know, and because of, so those three guys, my pops, Coach Smith and Coach Martinez, they gave me the confidence and the ability to talk shit and back it up.
Yeah.
Like till this day, I still talk shit, bro.
Yeah. Did you ever did you always talk shit, or did you hit a point where you like?
No, I hit a point where I was just like, man, I'm gonna start talking shit now, because, you know, in 8th grade when I was at Nolan, bro, I had like Jamal Odom.
Yeah.
I had, you know, Randall Canada. I had a bunch of big dogs. You know, everybody went to Charles or Terrace Hills, all them stuff, and I remember that.
Yeah.
Cause I'm like, man. Because they would just talk shit to each other, and I would admire their game because they were good back then.
Yeah.
And me, I was just the scrub. So I would look at that and be like, all right, motherfuckers, I'm going to start talking shit once I get a little better.
Yeah.
And then, yeah, dude, sophomore year, that's when I started realizing, like, damn, I can finally start talking shit because I'm hooping against you guys again.
Yeah.
And it was cool, man. It was humbling for me.
Yeah.
I mean, talking shit.
Yeah, but I mean, that's dope, because I was quiet all the time. Even though I could hoop, I just never, I don't know, I just wasn't me, I guess. But did you talk shit? If they were talking shit to you?
If they were like the rowdy type, yeah, I'd have to talk shit, bro.
Yeah, it makes a game definitely more fun, for sure. Like, especially because, I mean, at the end of the day, it's all game. It's a game, but for sure you can definitely you can get yourself going. And like, I know a lot of people, they just need that extra spark to kind of like get them kind of like in the zone type shit.
Oh yeah, and that's definitely how it was, bro.
Yeah.
Like,
and that's crazy. You don't strike me as someone, because you're laid back. You're not quiet, but definitely more like, I feel like, reserved. So I'm sure once you get in the game, it's like totally different, right?
Yeah. I mean, if I lock into something, I'm locking in.
Yeah.
Whether I'm talking shit or I'm just locked in, that's it.
Yeah.
But yeah, growing up, I was talking a lot of shit, whether I lost or not.
Yeah.
I mean, if I lost, I ate it.
Yeah.
But if I was winning, I just keep talking shit, which, you know, it kind of helped me in the long run, you know. But
for sure, do people talk shit when running?
Oh yeah, bro.
Really?
Yeah. Actually, my last race was the 100-mile race that I ran during NEEP.
Yeah.
That's why I didn't go, because I was in Nevada running the 100-mile race.
Yeah.
But I was out there, and, you know, I'm looking at the stats, and I'm looking at who won it this past year, and, you know, my goal for time, I wanted to go under 22 hours, and I knew the guy to beat was going to be there again. And he was an older cat, bro, 43 years old. And I was looking at his college resume. I was looking at everything.
Mm-hmm.
I mean, he ran for BYU. I think he ran like a 3:58 mile.
What the fuck?
But in my head, I'm just talking shit to myself. Like, man, this dude's 43 years old. He's washed. It's like, I'm gonna be on his ass.
Yeah.
And, you know, unfortunately, when I got to mile 33, that's when I popped my Achilles.
Damn. So that happened at that.
So I had to pull out.
Yeah.
But, you know, yeah, I was still kind of talking shit.
Yeah. So what prompted you to? I mean, because 100 miles, bro. That's crazy. Like, a lot of I wonder what the actual percentage is of people that actually do something like that. I'm sure it's like ridiculously small, but yeah, what made you want to do that?
Fucking David Goggins.
For real. Stay hard.
Yeah, fucking who's gonna carry the boats and the logs? Bro, David fucking Goggins. That guy, if anybody, like, he talks so much shit.
Yeah.
I love people that talk shit and can back it up, right?
Yeah.
But because of that guy, when I first started reading about him and kind of looking at his YouTube videos and all his motivational shit, that shit got me so jacked up.
Yeah.
And he would just do things just to do them.
Yeah.
Without even the bare minimum training. I mean, he would train, right? But it's all up here.
Yeah. I mean, his first 100-mile race, I think he was still like a bodybuilder type guy. Like, he was heavy, and like I remember reading that where he basically, it was like 100 miles, I think, around a track.
Yep.
Like, it was his first run, and he basically had like I forgot what he got after that, but it's like something within like your, I don't know, is it kidneys or liver, but anything. He was fucked up after that race.
I think he got rhabdo.
Exactly. Yeah. What is rhabdo?
So rhabdo is dehydration.
Like, just severe dehydration.
Yeah, just severe dehydration when your piss is pretty much dark.
Yeah.
Like, it looks like coffee.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, that's rhabdo.
Fuck.
Yeah, so, I mean, you get rhabdo by just extreme exhaustion of your body and the lack of like nutrition and hydration.
Yeah.
And a lot of people get it, bro, especially people that do border patrol, right? They do BORTAC training, and that lasts for a couple of weeks, and that's just like minimum sleep. You get like an hour or 2 hours of sleep, and it's just constant day by day.
Yeah.
And you get rhabdo just doing that because you're just constantly working out, and you have very minimal time to rest.
Yeah, that's insane. And so, you just kind of wanted to see, like, test yourself, see it's. I mean, because you had done marathons before that, right?
Yeah, I had done marathons. I've done half marathons.
Yeah. Well, let's back up. So you ended up going to, university or to college to run track, right, or to run cross country, or what was it? So, back to the hooping. I just wanted to be a hooper.
Yeah. But like the guys that actually went to college, they were already being exposed during that time, and obviously social media and the way you got into college hooping back then was way different from what it is now. I think back then it was more stats, right?
Yeah, for sure.
And I mean, I had the stats, but I just remember my senior year, I was a big guy, not fat, but like muscular.
Yeah.
Because of hooping.
Yeah.
But I was kicking a lot of these skinny dudes' ass.
Yeah. And
one coach, Coach Ortiz, who was my first college coach, took a chance on me and was just like, hey, he reached out to me after my last cross country meet, and he was just like, hey man, I'm gonna give you a scholarship to the University of Southwest in Hobbs. So I signed at University of Southwest. And
for cross country?
Yeah, cross country and track. And midsummer, he calls me and he goes, hey, man, so I got a new coaching job in Kansas at a junior college in Colby, Kansas. Population was like 1,000 heads.
Yeah.
And he's like, but all the Texas guys that I signed are going to be coming with me. He's like, you can stay at Southwest or you can come with me and get a full ride here.
Damn.
So I was just like, nah, dude, I've been talking to you all fucking summer, bro. Like, let's go.
Yeah.
So then spent my 2 years in Kansas. You know, got my education, got my associates. I progressed. And then my last 2 years of college, I went to Sam Houston University with Coach Parker. So
is that Division I?
Division I, yeah. And I mean, that was Houston, man. So
yeah, that was a good experience.
Yeah, it was a good experience in itself.
Yeah, for sure. Did you party in Sam Houston?
Dude, I used to live I lived in a house with 4 other runners. Yeah. So we lived in a house. It was five guys. It was me, Clint, Memo, Logan, and our other friend Patrick. And we started hosting like Halloween parties, Christmas parties, and that's when Twitter was popping, dude. Like Twitter was actually Twitter.
Yeah.
And I remember putting out on one of the Twitter feeds like, hey, we're gonna have a cross country party, and that's when hashtags were a thing too. Yeah. And people would click it and it would go and you would see everything. And I did that 1 year and holy shit, man.
Like you had like how many heads there, bro?
It was like Project X, man.
Really? Yeah. So like 100 plus probably. Yeah.
There's things I can't really speak about. but if they're watching, they know. Yeah. I mean, shit, bro, damn. Yeah, I can't even speak about it, but that shit is, oh, man, we had some good times in college. Yeah. I mean, the parties were just absolutely nuts.
I mean, it got shut down at one point?
No, dude, because we lived in like a rich-ass little cul-de-sac neighborhood, so our neighbors were super cool. Yeah. But, yeah, the parties would just get crazy. The house was pretty big, so the backyard was big, so everybody was just flooding through all directions. Yeah. But, yeah, college was fun, man. I mean, Sam Houston was fun in itself. The football team... We're Division I, so there's FCS and FBS, right? Yeah. FBS is the big schools, FCS are the smaller schools, but we made it to the national championship twice. Wow, okay. And that team played against Carson Wentz. Oh, shit. South Dakota State. Yeah. So, I mean, we got our ass kicked, but, I mean, every year, or every week, it was just ESPN, tailgates. I mean, we were drinking all the time. So it was a good-ass college experience. Yeah. That's good. And so you graduated with your bachelor's? Yeah, I graduated with my bachelor's in history and then my minor in kinesiology. Yeah. Yeah. And so what'd you end up, what were your plans like looking forward that you saw, what'd you see yourself doing at that time? So, I mean, I grew up with teachers, you know, my dad being the head custodian, my mom's being a teacher, my sisters are teachers and coaches at the time. I figured that was going to be my path too. And then because of running and all that stuff, I wanted to do that as well. Yeah. So when I graduated, I came back to El Paso. I was kind of applying for jobs here and there. And I was like, you know what? Let me have some fun for another year. Let me see what I can do that involves teaching. Yeah. And that's how I got into China, dude. Yeah. That's where I was
I was really curious about. So yeah, how'd you come across that, bro? Because I'm curious about that. How'd that come about?
Man, I was just spontaneous and on a mission to just not be at home.
Yeah. So
Right.
you just wanted to take a year to really just enjoy yourself, like obviously work, but just not go completely into like your career path. Yeah.
I mean, I wanted to get some experience teaching, but
yeah.
I was Googling stuff and I was looking at certain places to go. And then I came across that website, the Lanu Cultural Exchange Center.
Mm-hmm.
And at first I kind of thought it was sketchy, but me being me, I was just like, I'm going to just keep messaging these people.
Yeah.
And they were like, okay, this is what we're going to offer. This is what we can pay for. This is how you're going to get here. This is what we're going to be giving you. And this is what you're going to be doing.
Wow.
And then, bro, it was like literally from one day to the next. I mean, I hopped on a plane and I was in fucking China.
Yeah. And so did you, so it just happened really quick. Like did you even think twice about it, or was it just like, bro, fuck it? Like,
I just fuck it. My mom was like, what the fuck are you doing? And then, during that time I was fresh out of college, bro.
Yeah.
So I wasn't really working.
Yeah.
My parents actually funded me to get there.
Really? Okay.
So I was just like, Mom, fund me to get there and then I'll pay you back with the money that I'm going to make out there.
Yeah.
And my mom and my dad being the way they are, they were like, all right. So they funded me to go out there as far as just the plane ticket.
Were you one of the first people like in this area to like go out there to China? Like be one of the first, like do what you did, like the teachers out there?
That I know of, yes. Because when I got out there, I'm just a social butterfly, man. So I made some connections out there and I actually became the ambassador for that company.
Yeah.
And then they had asked me to recruit for them.
In the U.S.?
Yeah, just to bring any Americans we could. So that's how I got my homegirl Lexi out there first.
Mm-hmm.
I got Lexi Martinez out there. And she dove in right away, bro.
Yeah.
I mean, she was so dedicated. She learned the language. I mean, that's something that I couldn't do.
Is she still out there?
No, but she's really associated with them still.
Oh, okay.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
Yeah, I know she still practices Mandarin. I think she still teaches us some classes.
Yeah.
And then from there, that's when your sister-in-law, Joanna, that's when she reached out. She was just like, hey, I'm interested. So I was just like, bet. Here's the information for Lani, who was the director of this company. And then she got in there, bro, and she became super successful.
Yeah. I mean, that was the beginning of her path of like traveling, doing the YouTube, like really, I mean, what they're doing now is a little bit different, but all of it had a role in her leaving to China. I mean, that's why my brother went out there. Like, that's how, in a way, that's why I went to travel, like Thailand and everything, because I just saw them like do that shit. So, I mean, that's were you nervous? Like, hopping on that plane, bro, what's going through your head? Like, that first plane ride over there, like, are you excited? Are you nervous? Are you like, what the fuck am I doing? Or like, what's going through?
I mean, the whole time I was just like, man, I can't wait to land and kind of see what the hell I'm getting into.
Yeah.
Because I was just spontaneous from the get-go.
Mm-hmm.
I didn't visualize or see any type of consequences. I was always looking through the positive aspect of it.
Mm-hmm.
Like, what the hell am I going to be doing? What type of people I'm going to be meeting?
Yeah.
Who I'm going to be going out with? Like, how I'm going to be implementing, teaching into a foreign country.
Yeah.
You know? And I just remember flying in to Shanghai, and I'm thinking, oh man, I'm gonna see like the skyline and everything like that. Oh god, it was just nothing, bro. Just pure smog.
Really?
Pollution, everything.
Yeah.
And I'm like, what the fuck is this? And then from there I flew into Changsha, where the principal of the school picked me up.
Oh shit.
And that's where I developed the culture shock, bro. I was like, that's where I figured, holy shit, where am I?
Yeah.
Because the first thing they did was they took my ass to the restaurant, and they knew what they were doing. They're not slick. Took my ass to a restaurant. They're like, do you want some wine? And I'm thinking, the type of wine my mom drinks, red wine or just regular ass wine. Hell no, bro. This Chinese shit was some Everclear. They got me fucked up the first night.
Really?
It was me and my principal and Lani. We got fucked up. I mean, I ate, rice.
Yeah.
I ate some dumplings the first meal there, the chopsticks and everything. And then straight into it, bro, they just started giving me fucking shots.
Just drinking.
Just wine. You want wine? I'm like, yeah. And then I just
they drink over there, bro.
Oh, dude, they drink. I mean,
yeah.
Fuck. I mean, every time we would finish a lesson, I would meet the teachers and we would just go play basketball. right in front of the apartment. And that's all we did, bro. They would take me to go play basketball. We would play basketball, and then we would go eat afterwards, and then we would just drink.
And you said that was like almost every day, right?
Every day, bro. I'm surprised I didn't gain any type of weight out there.
Yeah.
Because I was drinking every day.
Yeah. What do you think that is, bro? Because every other place, like I remember going to Thailand, like I ate a lot, bro, like, and street food, and I felt like I was eating all the time, but for whatever reason, like people aren't that big over there at all, bro. Like everybody's kind of slim. Like, is it just a way of life? Like where you were, was it everybody was walking? Like,
yeah, everybody was walking. Yeah, everybody. Either you were taking a taxi, or you were taking the taxi motorbike. That was it.
Yeah.
But I pretty much walked everywhere. I bought a bike, so I was just cycling everywhere.
Do you miss that lifestyle?
Hell yeah, dude.
Yeah.
It's so simple.
Yeah.
I mean, just walking out and just getting onto the bike and just going to some random place. And then where we lived, I mean, Joanna can tell you too, was the national park.
Yeah.
And then we got it for free because we were teachers. So we can go in there any day of the week, anytime we wanted, and we would just hike all different places.
Yeah.
So I think that's where I kind of kept the level of fitness, right?
Yeah.
That and basketball.
And there were some good hoopers out there.
Yeah, dude. I mean, some of the teachers, they took me to like these professional leagues.
Yeah, I remember you saying you played in front of crowds and shit.
I played in front of big ass crowds, dude, and they were like, it was like playing in the NBA, dude. Like, back over there in China, they're crazy for basketball.
Yeah.
Crazy, and especially if you're a foreigner. I mean, I was getting my last name shouted. I don't even know how they even pronounced it, bro. But it was crazy out there.
Yeah.
Just, I'm like, what the hell?
Yeah, no,
and
for sure.
it was competitive. I mean, there were some good kids out there that played. I mean, and then me talking shit. I don't think they understood what I was saying, and vice versa. I know they were telling me some shit. But man, it was cool. It was cool to be out there, and you know, them kind of just going out there, and then you know, we would do what we needed to do.
Yeah, it's crazy how basketball is like a universal language in a way.
Oh yeah.
Because I remember like I played out there. I played in a pickup game. It was just random. Like I just walked to a park and there was these dudes playing, like big ass motherfuckers, like 6'7", 6'8". But like, it's just insane that like you can just go to another country and then you guys can just play this one game that everybody just knows, bro. I thought that's insane to me.
Yeah. Basketball really brings a lot of people together, to be honest. Yeah.
For sure.
I think more than any other sport.
Yeah, definitely. I think yeah, and so so you were in China, and then how long were you in? So you were in Changsha. When did you start like hopping into other places in like South in Asia, basically? Because you did a lot of traveling out there, right?
Yeah. So the first 10 months, obviously we had our teaching, right? And we had 1 month off out of the 10 months for just complete vacation.
Because New Year, Chinese New Year, right?
Yeah.
Something like that.
So that's when I started going to like the stuff that I learned in high school and college, right? The one of the main places I really wanted to go was Xi'an.
Xi'an. That's in China?
Yeah, Terracotta Warriors.
Okay, I've never heard of that. What's the story behind that?
So I don't know the exact year, like the specific year. I know it was in 1970s. 1970s, some farmer was just out there and he was just digging up a well. And as he was digging, he came across a statue. So he started digging more. He came across another statue. Lo and behold, he came across thousands of statues just underneath the ground of terracotta warriors. And the unique thing about those things, or those statues, is that every single face wasn't the same. Every single statue had a unique face to it. So that farmer found thousands upon thousands of terracotta warriors back in the Shang Dynasty for China.
Warriors, like just statues of the warriors?
Yeah, statues of warriors. And until this day, they're still finding more, right?
And you're talking thousands of just individual statues.
Yeah, thousands. I mean, when I was in there, I was like, holy shit. Because I remember watching National Geographics with my pops, because I was a history guy back then. I mean, my degree's in history. Watching National Geographics, I would see the terracotta warriors. I'm like, damn, one of these days I'm going to be watching those things. I'm going to see them. And just to be there and kind of watching it and observing and looking at all these statues and, you know, watching the instructors kind of give you the education on it, it was wild to me. So that was the first place I went to go travel when I had the time to.
Yeah. And how far was that from you where you were living?
So we took a bus from Wulingyan, where we were teaching, to Changsha. And then from Changsha you would take a flight to Xi'an. And so
And flights are cheap over there, no?
super cheap.
Yeah.
Yeah, I think I spent like $100
Yeah.
round trip.
Yeah.
Yeah. So, we get there. We stayed in the square, which is just a big, huge town. And from there, they have the Xi'an warriors. They have the square. They have the Muslim quarters. And then that's where I ventured out to the world's most dangerous hike.
Oh shit, what's that called?
The world's most dangerous hike.
For real?
So, I saw that in high school, a documentary on that in high school.
Damn, so all these places you had, like, you already...
Yeah.
Yeah.
Like, I had already, like, kind of researched them,
Mm-hmm.
but I knew about them. So, when I toured Xi'an and saw the Terracotta Warriors, and I did the Muslim quarters, I did all that stuff, it was, I think, an hour from Xi'an to the most dangerous hike.
Mm-hmm.
So you take a bullet train and you get straight there. As soon as you hop off, you see the mountains, and I mean, it's just thousands of feet in the air, man. And there's two ways to do about it. You either go on a 8 to 10 hour hike, depending on how long it's going to take you to get up there, or you just take the tram. Well, obviously me, I took the fucking hike the whole way up, and I was by myself. So I just went up the whole time, and it was winter, so it was snowing.
God damn.
So I think
no one was with you.
No one was with me, bro. It was the most incredible feeling
So,
I've ever
bro,
felt.
all right. What is, because I mean, 8 to 10 hours just by yourself. Like, a lot of people have trouble just even having a few minutes to themselves, like a few hours. So, like, it's just crazy to me. You're in a foreign country, just on the world's most dangerous hike, like, just by yourself and just doing this. Like, what do you think that comes from, bro? Like, that has to come from somewhere. Like, just you just enjoy the time by yourself, or like, what are you thinking about throughout this, or like you're just kind of seeing the scenery? Like, what is that? Because I think that's unique to me. Like, not many people have that.
I think it's just more of just my thoughts.
Yeah.
I like to just think about random shit, or just think about maybe the future, or what I'm going to be doing the next day.
Mm-hmm.
And then plus, like, music's a big influence on me. So believe it or not, that's when Drake dropped. If you're reading this, it's too late.
Oh shit.
So I had that, and then I had J. Cole, Forest Hill Drive. He dropped that as well.
Yeah.
So I had those two albums, dude. And
just hiking in China, bro.
Just hiking in China.
These.
So I think I guess it ties into it, but when I listen to those albums, I think about vividly of my hike up there.
Yeah.
And it kind of helps me. But just, I've always traveled by myself. Recently, I haven't because of work and everything. But, I mean, I've always liked to just be by myself when I travel. Because I don't have to worry about people's time management. I could just do what I want to do.
Exactly.
So,
you're on your own schedule.
Yeah, I'm on my own schedule. Shit, if I want to go to this place, I'm going to go to it.
Yeah.
If that other person doesn't want to go to it, well,
you can eat what you want.
I can eat what I want.
Yeah.
I can make my own itinerary. I'll just do what I need to do.
Yeah.
So that whole hike, man, was just pretty much mental clarity. I did meet I met a little Chinese girl out there, and she was pretty much with me like half of it.
Yeah.
Not by choice, but I was just like, all right, cool.
Yeah.
I mean, she was cute. But nothing happened.
Yeah.
But she was cute, but she stayed with me the whole time, and I don't know what the hell she was saying because we had to translate through phone, bro. Like, she had no lick of English. Obviously, I don't know Mandarin.
Yeah.
So that's how we were kind of talking to each other.
Just Google Translate, yeah.
And yeah, man, the whole way up there, you know, at that point I kind of got like irritated because I'm like, damn, she's got to get out of here. I want to be by myself. You know? But getting up there, so it's called the plank walk, and there's planks that are attached to the mountain, just wood planks, bro. Like, it could kill you.
Yeah.
If you fall, you're dead. So there's two ways to do it. You could be me and just walk straight through it with no straps or nothing.
Yeah.
Or you can get the strap and just walk straight through with it. And then there's like a little metal rig that you kind of hold the straps with. And then you just keep going like a rope.
Yeah.
Right? So you won't fall. But I was like, man, I'm out here by myself. If I die, well, fuck it. At least I did something cool. But yeah, man, it's 150 meters from one end to the other end. Then you get to the other end and there's just an overview. And that's it. You just look at pretty much the whole mountain that you just climbed.
Yeah.
And then
Were you fucking on Instagram with this shit at this
yeah,
point?
dude. I actually have it on Instagram.
Yeah.
It's not on my. I put it in my archives.
Yeah.
But yeah, I have the Instagram clip of me actually being on it and kind of like using the rope to kind of sway back on it.
Bro, I need to see all this shit, bro. You got to make like a gallery of all this. Like, I don't know, just something like that. But that's badass. So, are you like an adrenaline junkie?
Yeah.
Yeah.
I did some stupid shit back in the day.
Yeah.
Man. I mean, just for the adrenaline.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
Fuck, bro, that's insane. Did you do the Great Wall of China? Obviously.
Yeah,
right?
I did the Great Wall of China. Actually ran the marathon out there.
Oh shit.
The Great Wall Marathon.
Damn.
So that was cool.
And it's a lot bigger than people imagine, right? It's humongous.
It goes on for miles.
Yeah.
And it's big. It's not a good place to run because it's just so rugged, you know.
Oh, so it's not like it's not flat whatsoever. Like it's very.
Some parts are flat, but you kind of like the rugged, kind of rocky stuff. So
yeah.
it was fun, but fucking sucked after.
Yeah. Where else did you go in Asia?
So I went to Xi'an, Shanghai, Beijing,
Hong Kong.
Yeah, Hong Kong.
Yeah.
I went to Dali.
Dali
is like a huge place for foreigners, man. I mean,
in China?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Anything that you think you can eat, it's gonna be in Dali.
Mm-hmm.
I mean, if you were an American going into Asia, because over there, weed is banned, right?
Yeah.
It's like criminalized out
Mm-hmm.
there. But I remember getting there, and that's all they were fucking selling out there.
Really?
Yeah.
Oh wow.
And I was like, I'm good on that. But seeing that, I mean, there was a bunch of Americans out there, and they established like an American base, an Indian base, a European base. Like it was just a whole culture mix. So I think that was one of the coolest places. Besides Xi'an, that was the craziest place I went to.
Yeah. Macau? Did you go to Macau?
No. There's another place that I went to where there's the pandas. I'm sure Joanne and Javier went there, but I forgot the specific name to it. I went there.
Yeah.
Where the pandas are at, all the bamboos and everything. I went to Mongolia.
Yeah.
I did the Mongolia tour.
Shit.
Stayed in fucking huts with some big ass fucking huge grizzly bear looking dudes, bro. Holy shit, man.
Yeah.
I don't know what the hell I was doing back then, but yeah, man. I mean, I didn't even take a pair of clothes, man. I smelled for like a week straight. That's how long that tour was.
Really?
It was a straight week of just eating. I can't even pronounce the words as far as the food that I was getting eaten with, but
yeah,
man.
Did you go to see Mount Everest?
Nah, I didn't go to see Mount Everest.
Okay. What about Thailand?
Yeah, I went to Chocolate Beach.
Chocolate Beach. Oh, okay.
Yeah.
Yeah.
That was cool.
Mm-hmm.
But I was there for only 2 days.
Oh, okay. It was just like a stop type thing.
Yeah.
What about you went to Japan, right?
Nah, I didn't go to Japan. No.
That's on my list for sure, bro.
Yeah,
Japan.
Tokyo.
Yeah. Or Vietnam. I want to go to Vietnam too. That's one of my.
So my oldest sister, she lived in Vietnam. Or my oldest sister, she lived all over the world, bro.
Mm-hmm.
Right now she's in Armenia. But I regret not making the time to go visit her when she was in the Philippines, to visit her when she was in India.
What does she do out there?
So she's a doctor, but my uncle actually works for the World Bank. So he gets established different countries, and he gets those different type of countries or cities out of poverty, and he establishes a banking system.
Oh shit.
So yeah, right now she's in Armenia, and I mean,
do you have any other siblings?
I got 4 older sisters.
Oh shit.
I'm the youngest.
Really?
I'm the only boy.
So do you have a bunch of like nieces and nephews?
Yeah.
You don't have any kids? No.
Hell
no. Respectfully, yeah.
Nah, but nah, I think not that I'm selfish, but I think I'm too selfish to have a kid, if that makes sense. I don't know if that makes sense.
I know a lot of people that, like, I mean, just judging off what you're telling me, like, you seem like you value a lot of time, like, to yourself, right?
Yeah. I just like to do what I want to do.
Mm-hmm.
I mean, I hate to say that's selfish, but maybe that's...
But you're not a selfish person. Like, you have a lot of, like, you can see in your actions that it's not selfish. It's just more so, like, because I know a lot of people that are like that I mean, my brother and Joe, they don't want kids. Like, they actively make that known, but it's just more so about, they're just kind of happy. Like, they feel like they can, Yeah, they're perfectly fine without having kids. I mean, it's a huge responsibility, bro. So
Yeah. I mean, back then, I didn't believe in marriage. I didn't believe in having kids. I think it was just more of, hey, if you love me for who I am, we don't need any of that.
yeah,
But, you know, a woman's perspective, I mean, growing up with women, right?
yeah,
All my sisters wanted kids. All my sisters wanted to be married, which they all are. You know what
Yeah.
I'm saying? But
Do you want to get married?
I didn't. Someone changed my mind about that.
Ooh, a
But-
special someone?
Yeah, back then, yeah.
Oh,
Yeah.
okay. Yeah.
She changed my mind about marriage and having kids and stuff like that. So all power to her on that. It really opened up my eyes.
Yeah.
I was thinking more back then of the selfish type of things.
Yeah.
But she kind of like put into perspective of, you know, more family oriented things, more real life perspective. So
So what changed your mind in a way?
just more of the parenting and the developmental side of things of, you know, seeing someone just grow up and kind of finding their way in life.
Yeah.
Kind of, she opened up that kind of light in me
For sure.
to kind of see like, look, this is, if you're going to create something, this is what you're going to see
Yeah.
growing up with it. And then it made sense, you know, being a teacher, do what I do now. I mean, it all makes sense now.
Yeah.
Back then I was kind of ignorant to it. Like,
Yeah.
I don't really care.
Yeah.
But I guess it made more sense when she kind of explained it.
Yeah. Are you single?
Yeah, I am.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
What do you feel like? Do you feel like dating has changed, like in recent years?
Yeah.
Society, yeah.
I mean,
In what way?
social media,
Yeah.
right? I mean, that's how you're going to hit somebody up one of these days.
Yeah.
You're going to DM them. Back then, I mean, either you would have to call their phone and speak to their parents first and be like, hey, I'm going to speak to your daughter.
Do you have memories of that?
Fuck yeah, dude. That was the... Damn, dude.
Yeah.
I
You have to
remem-
rizz up the mom first before you actually.
I remember the adrenaline of that. The
Yeah.
landlines, your home
Yeah.
phones, bro. Just calling. I'd be like, hey, can I speak to, like, Denise? And they'd be like, who's this? I'm like, oh, shit, it's Freddy. And they'd be like, all right, hold on. Or
That's
you would just hope
insane,
that girl you're calling
It's gonna pick
is
up.
going to pick up. Or you'd be on the AOL chat.
MySpace.
Oh, MySpace, dude, AOL. Just the landlines, all that calling.
Yeah. Did you ever dad pick up?
Oh, yeah, bro.
Yeah.
They would just talk shit.
who the fuck you is?
Straight up, bro. And then they would
Yeah.
hang up.
Really?
But then I would call again, hoping that the girl would answer. And then they would answer and be like, oh, thank God.
Yeah.
But I remember all that stuff, man. I mean, they used to have free, after 9 o'clock, you would have free text messages. Back then, you would have to pay for per text messages, like 2 cents or 3 cents, right?
Fuck,
My
bro.
parents were like, hell no, I'm not going to get you a phone. But I would get my sister's phones and I would be texting off their phones. Because after 9 o'clock, you would get free messages.
Yeah.
So I would just be texting girls. Like, what's up? What are you doing? Let's go to the movies on Trans Mountain.
That's crazy how shit's changed now, bro. Like, it's insane. How do you think it's? What are some like ways you've seen negatively get impacted dating by social media?
I think nowadays a lot of girls have a lot of cliques. So my friend actually mentioned this the other day. She was like, or not the other day, today. She was just like, a lot of people have a lot of cliques, right? So if you're not a part of that clique, or at least that female clique, then you ain't shit to them, is what I was tracking, right?
Yeah.
It kind of makes sense because if they don't know you, then they're not going to talk to you.
Yeah.
And that's just because it's influenced by their friends.
Yeah.
And that's what I feel like makes dating a lot of hard.
Yeah.
Shit's crazy.
No, for sure. I mean, I can see that. I mean, it's just human. You kind of just translate human nature into like social media. Like, do you agree with that? Like, kind of the like clicky nature of things. Yeah.
We were talking about this, bro. Like about how like the friends influence everything, bro.
Yeah.
So
For sure.
yeah.
Even if friends like a lot of these friends don't give the best advice. For sure.
They only know so much. They're just like dealing off of like so much information.
Yeah.
Yeah, man. I mean, it's like judging your book by its cover.
Mm-hmm.
I mean, don't judge the book by your cover, man. Get to know the person.
Yeah.
Don't go based off someone's influence
Yeah.
or word. Get to know the person first,
Yeah.
and then make that decision if you're gonna judge the person or not. Because that girl that you're with maybe had a bad experience through word of mouth through another girl.
Yeah.
and then that's just gonna put negative limelight on you without them even knowing a lick about you.
Yeah.
And
Exactly.
God, I hate that, man.
especially in El Paso, bro. Like you
Yeah.
everybody knows, like the fact that everybody's connected in a way, you can build a reputation like really quick if you're not like kind of careful, right?
Super quick, man.
Yeah.
I mean, let's face it. Gossip,
Yeah, for sure.
it's a hell of a thing, man.
Mm-hmm.
I mean, if one thing bad is said about you, that's it.
Yeah.
That's what people are going to perceive you as.
Yeah. Do you feel like a lot of people look at like influence on social media and judge people by that, like whether they're gonna talk to them or not?
Yep.
Yeah.
Yep. It's not what you know, it's who you know.
Yeah.
For most people.
Mm-hmm.
I mean, I can't say all, but for most people, it's not what you know, it's who you know.
Yeah.
If you're not within that clique, referring back to it, if you're not within that clique, then you're not fucked with.
Yeah, I could see that. I could definitely see that, bro.
And I've seen it many times, man.
Yeah.
And a lot of people get wrapped up on the presence, like how you look towards other people, what you want other people kind of to perceive on you.
Mm-hmm.
Like your image, basically, right? Everybody looks upon image. Like, I was one of those guys back then. I thought image was everything.
Yeah.
I thought if I were to do this, it's going to attract a certain crowd.
Yeah.
But now, to be honest, I really don't care.
Yeah.
I
At what
mean-
point did that change for you, would you say? Is there something that happened that kind of made you realize it, or was it just like through growth overall?
It was growth and a person that made me feel that way. Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah, they kind of helped me kind of see the bigger picture of things. And then as they were calling me out on it, I would realize, like, damn, they're right. I'm spending too much energy thinking that mindset versus who gives a shit, just do what you need to do and do it freely.
Yeah.
So,
For sure. So you feel free in a way now?
oh yeah, I feel real free.
Yeah.
I feel like myself.
Yeah.
Just relaxed, waking up in the morning, do what I need to do what I want to do, and dress, feel good, however now.
Yeah.
You know?
That's the best thing, bro. Whenever you just feel like you can be yourself. Because let's face it, bro, a lot of people feel like they can't do that, or they don't do that because of whether like the reputation they have, or just whether I think social media has a lot to do with it, where like everybody's just trying to like make it seem like they have a certain lifestyle when it's not, like maybe not completely the case. But I feel like with honestly just being yourself is the most important thing, bro. Like I feel like I wouldn't have certain people around me or like attract such good people if I wasn't myself, you know?
Yeah.
That makes sense.
Yeah, so for me, like the run club, right? I get to meet a lot of people, and I think now still people think because I'm so sociable, they think I'm flirty. That's not the case.
Yeah.
I'm just really sociable, and I don't think a lot of people are used to that.
Yeah.
Or maybe someone else's perspective is just like, hey, no, he's just trying to flirt with you, or whatever, vice versa. But
yeah,
no, that's not the case, man.
Yeah. I've gotten that too, though. I've gotten that I'm like, I come off as flirtatious, but I think I flirt with everybody. Like, not to make that sound weird, but I think like I've heard a term where it's like you kind of have to flirt with the world in a way too. Like that's if you go about it like that, like you just make a bunch of different connections. Like it can be the old lady at a store, like just. It could be a dude, bro, but like it's just it's not necessarily flirting. It's like just a way you carry yourself. Like it's just a way of just being sociable, like you said. And like I said, I've had the same thing said to me, but it's just really.
I mean, it's crazy, man. It's 50-50. You don't never know which side of person that you're gonna get.
Yeah.
And shit, perfect example. I went to a Circle K just before I got here, and the lady was super nice.
Was it the one right here?
Yeah.
Bro, it might be the same girl, bro, because she like. Every time I go in there, bro, I have a great experience.
Yes. So she's like a short little morenita.
Yes, bro.
Yes, dude. So I walked in.
She makes me feel amazing every time I go in there, bro.
I walked in. She goes, because I went to get some gum, and she's just like, "What are you going on a date?"
Bro, tell me what. Bro, tell me why. Like I was dressed up one time, like pretty dressed up, and I was going on a date. But I walked in there and she said the same thing. Like, where you going? Like, who are you going to see? Or like something. But I just thought that was awesome, bro. Just like, cause she doesn't have to do that, bro. Like I thought that was cool. And like, she gives good energy every time, bro.
So I was just like, nah, I'm actually not going out today. I'm going to go meet up my friend. She goes, well, you're smelling too good to be meeting a friend. And I'm like, I didn't know how to like be like, oh, I'm going to be on a podcast.
Yeah.
But then she looked at my shirt and she was just like, honor the gift. She's like, what does that mean to you? And I looked at her. I was like, well, what's your gift? She goes, my gift is being friendly, talking to people. And I'm like, so is mine.
Yeah.
And then from there, she's like, I like you.
Yeah.
I was like, you have a good day or a good night. And I was just like, well, you too. Thank you. And then she was like, God bless. And people like that, bro. It's rare to find just people that actually want to conversate with people.
Yeah.
Or just be very spontaneous and not care if you don't even know the person. Just, here's my energy.
Yeah.
Flow with it.
That interaction is like everything, bro. Like, she doesn't have to do that. Like, you can go in, she could like fucking just like scan your items and fucking like not even say shit, you know?
People are so cool, man. I mean, so let's get into my job, right?
Yeah.
So I work crisis intervention.
Mm-hmm.
So I work nothing but suicidal calls.
Really?
Yeah, that's all I do. I don't do it just because I want to do it. I do it because I would hope to change somebody's aspect in life.
Mm-hmm.
I want to engage with that person. I want to know what that person is going through. Even if I don't or ever experience what they're going through in life, I hope my words can help them change their mindset. And it's amazing to me, man, because the majority of my calls are young teenagers to older adults, right? And every story is different. Whether they're going through a divorce, whether they're going through, a family death, where they're going through life experiences where pretty much, they get laid off from a job or, they're not living up to their expectations. I mean, just sitting there. And the thing about crisis intervention is that I have all the time in the world during that call.
Mm-hmm.
So I can literally sit down and just talk to somebody and say, you know what, let's kind of look at the baseline of what you're going through and let's see if we can fix it. I was like, I got all the time in the world. You just let me know how you want me to help you. So I just want people to open up to me.
Mm-hmm.
And the majority of the time, dude, a lot of people open up to me. And it's cool to see. I mean,
that's insane.
That job.
How'd you get into that?
Because I'm very sociable.
Yeah. So they put you in there? Or
Yeah.
you,
So
yeah.
when that division opened up for our department, I didn't get it at first. And a female actually got picked before me. And I remember being just super bummed because I knew I was going to be good at it.
Mm-hmm.
But at that time, I was just 7 months in with the department. And I was considered a rookie still, right?
Mm-hmm.
I mean, I still am. I'm still learning every single day, right? Even being with the department for 2.5 years. But I was super bummed because I knew that I was meant for that job. And, a couple of weeks later, they had took me to some home interviews with, meeting some of the rookies and going to their house and talking to them and kind of just being the face of another rookie,
mm-hmm.
That I went with sergeants with. And it wasn't until I got the text message and it said, hey, this person opted out. You're going to be in the position of crisis intervention.
Oh, wow.
So I was super happy, man.
Mm-hmm.
And just going through the training for a month and then meeting my specialist who rides with me everywhere. She's a mental health specialist, so she's a civilian. So she rides with me in my patrol unit. We go to every single call together. She's with me 24/7. And, we click just like that.
How many calls do you get on a shift?
Man, it varies. It varies. I mean, one day we can get just no calls, but we'll go do follow-ups on previous calls that we kind of went out to, or there's days where we just get hit with like 1, 2, 3, 4 calls.
Wow.
So,
and it's calls from those people that are...
No, this is just...
Oh, someone who knows that they're contemplating it.
Yeah.
Wow. And I'm sure, like, the stories you hear, right, are, like, pretty insane.
Yeah, I mean...
Yeah.
Man... I can't even put into words of what type of things that I've experienced.
Mm-hmm.
What type of things that...
So you literally talk people out of ending their lives?
Yeah. Or they just, some people do what they do because they need somebody to come talk to them. And like policing, right? Back then, there wasn't a crisis intervention team in El Paso. I mean, it's fairly new. It's been like 3-4 years already. And a lot of officers don't know how to talk to people that are going through a crisis. And that's why they developed this team, to get officers who want to talk to these type of people. You know, because sometimes it could be overwhelming and sometimes it can be repetitive, but you got to have patience.
For sure.
And that's what I knew I had, because that's the way I was taught, to always just listen.
Did you understand the mental health aspect of it? Like what some of these people might be going through?
Yeah.
Or did you learn that, or is that something you dealt with?
No, I mean, it's something that I've learned.
I
wouldn't say I wouldn't have any, I mean, thank God I didn't have any like experiences like that.
Yeah.
But I just felt like the type of person that I know I am, that can be so open and just willing to listen. I feel like I could be a good asset to that.
For sure.
Or those people.
Yeah. And how do you approach, like, I'm sure everybody's different, but how are you trying to approach it where you know you can have this person like open up to you in a way?
Active listening, man.
Yeah.
I let them know from the beginning. I said, how do you want me to help you? That's my first question. How is it that you want me to help you? Because obviously I'm here for a reason, right? How would you want me to help you, or to guide you, or to give you the resources to pull through on whatever you need to do?
And these people are in a terrible stage. Like, a lot of them are probably, you can see it in their face. They're just like,
a lot of them, you can actually see it, man. I mean, you have to be there physically to kind of see the face that I'm going to describe for most people that are contemplating or are just borderline just done with, you know, life.
Yeah.
And you kind of have to kind of gauge yourself to understand it. But, I mean, it's kind of hard to explain it, but you have to be there physically to see their face in order for you to react and say what you need to say. And I think I'm a good... It all relies on body language. So I think I show good body language, and I'm deeply concerned, you know? And what helps me is my specialist, right? But it's crazy, man.
Yeah.
I mean,
you saying the listening, I think that's huge. Like, you can tell when someone's like you said, active listening, where there's one thing where it's just like you're hearing someone talk and you're just there, but like someone feels when you're actually like hearing them out, you know? And that's what a lot of people sometimes, that's what most of us need. Just someone to be there, like, especially like I know when I've gone through some of like my toughest moments, because I mean that's the reason I started this, like this podcast was mental health, you know. And it was really just maybe not even having to talk to someone, but just knowing that there was someone that understood what I was going through. Because yeah, everybody's case is different, but you just want someone, like having someone that I can relate to you is like really big is also. So
yeah. And the one thing I steer away from is that I tell how it is. I don't lie. I gotta tell them how it is, man. Because for those people that are in crisis, why lie? You gotta be just very stern and be like, look, man, this is the outcome of it. If you keep doing what you're gonna be doing, this is what it's gonna lead to, and that's not what you want.
Yeah. And
I think a lot of people respect the truth more than a simple lie that's gonna make them feel better for maybe a couple of minutes or an hour a day.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying?
For sure.
I tell them, hey, if you keep going through this mindset, eventually it's going to lead up to this.
Yeah.
Are you going to want that? And a lot of people reconsider when I say that.
Have you had unsuccessful calls or unsuccessful cases, basically?
Yeah. Oh, yeah. I mean, those are some things that you're just going to have to deal with in this field.
Yeah.
There's a lot of failures, right? But for every failure, there's always going to be something positive out of it, of how to approach it the next time if it happens, right? But, I mean, it's 50-50.
Yeah.
You can give the best advice and it still goes through the deep end.
Yeah.
And it's heartbreaking, to be honest. I mean, for the most part, that's what I try to steer away from, and I do my absolute best, and I take my time to make sure those people are good. But at the end of the day, sometimes no matter how many ways you put it,
Yeah.
it doesn't work, man.
Mm. Yeah, it's the mind is insane, bro. Where it can lead you, where it feels like you really have no other choice, or like what you're going through in that moment is like you're never gonna feel better, you know. So I mean, I know a lot of people that have experienced that, and I know a lot of people that have gotten out of that, which is good. But there's definitely people that don't, where it's just that's tough, man.
And a homie of mine, actually, he had reached out to me on we went on a run, and I did not expect this, but we were just running, and he started just talking about some concerning things.
Yeah.
And then from there, as we were running, it would progress a little bit more, and I figured out what he was talking about. So
did he know what you do?
He knew what I did. So
yeah.
I think that's the reason why he came to run with me. And I was concerned because, like you said, like I told you, you can tell somebody something, but they won't take it because they keep referring back to the negative. And that's already solidified in their head. So that was my main concern. So my competitiveness came out of me, and I was like, man, that's not the thing. That's not how I look at you. That's not how other people look at you. We can fix it. And if you just focus at one thing from one day to the next, it's going to get better. And he was so adamant about like, nah, man, like, that's it. I'm done. And from one day to the next, I just remember being super concerned, but getting that text messages maybe 2 days after we spoke. And he was just like, you know what, man, I really appreciate you listening to me. I, really, really took into consideration of what you were saying, and I feel 100% better now. I mean, I can go more in depth in it, but just the simple fact that for what I said, and people trust me with their feelings and with their thought process, and that I can help them, that's pretty good, man.
Yeah. I mean, that's amazing. I mean, in a way, that's probably the most. Obviously, there's different things you can do in life, but I would put that at the top, bro. Like, you helping people continue on their life, like, that's fucking. That's crazy. That's that's amazing. Cool, yeah.
There's a dude I go with at the gym. His name is Marcus. What up, Marcus? But Marcus, we come up with different scenarios in our heads, and we just talk about random ass shit. Like, he'll ask me for some advice, and then he'll tell me straight up, like, motherfucker, you look skinny. Like, just yesterday, he comes up to me and goes, all right, man, looks like you're getting back to normal because you're getting a little bigger now. And I'm like, I was just running. I was running. But yeah, he pulled me aside and just started talking about some things that he had issues with. And then he pulled me aside. He was just like, I know something's bothering you. Like, I guess my really good friends know that my body language speaks as all.
Yeah.
So
for sure. I mean,
it's cool to get that type of feedback, or people at least know me. Yeah. To understand that I'm either having a bad day or I'm having a good day,
Yeah. For sure, bro. I mean, that's big. Who you have around you is like, I mean, we all keep each other going at the end of the day. I don't think anybody can do this. I don't think anybody can do life completely alone, But yeah, so your dad was a really big part of your life. I mean, from what I hear growing up, right?
Oh yeah, dude. Yeah. My dad that man was the biggest influence of my life. I mean, when I fucked up, he let me fuck up. You know what I'm saying? He didn't bail me out on nothing, just like my mom, right? Both of them never bailed me on anything. They let me learn from my consequences, and that's how I grew up to be the man that I am today, right? They really humbled me. But my pops, I mean, that guy was such a hard worker. Wake up every morning at 4 a.m. He gets the school ready, blasting freaking Led Zeppelin, the Eagles, the Who, Iron Maiden, like Queen. And every morning, man, I mean, he would wake my ass up at 4 a.m. He would take my ass to open up the school. He would take my ass around. Back then, they didn't have signs like how they do now in school zones, right? We would have to physically put the signs in the street.
Oh, wow.
So he would wake me up. We would go around MacArthur School, put up all the signs. This is at 4 a.m. He would take me to where Burgess was at, on Edgemere, and we would put up the signs there. So he taught me work ethic at a young age. Even though I hated it, waking up that early, that's what I admire about my pops was his work ethic. And he was just freaking every day, man, from 4 to like 6 p.m., like 14, 16-hour shifts, just grinding.
Yeah.
He loved what he was doing at the school. I mean, the school was our baby.
Yeah.
It was his baby. And sports, he was always there for me. He watched every single one of my games. My dad was a big photographer. He developed his own films, everything. He had all his recordings on the VHS growing up. I mean, he was just very oriented with us, sports-wise, family-wise. You know, even if he didn't have it, he made sure he was going to get it to give it to us. And, yeah, he was a big influence. I mean, my pops passed in August.
This past August?
This past August, yeah.
Wow.
And that was, I mean, that's one of the biggest, like, it was shocking, man. I mean, it was like from one day to the next.
Was he sick?
Yeah, cancer. Cancer got him.
Yeah.
And it happened so fast, man. I mean, this past July is when he got admitted into the hospital. And then from July all the way till August 11th when he passed, that's how fast they got him.
So literally he had no idea about cancer prior to a month before?
Nothing.
Wow.
I mean, we saw my dad kind of get a little skinnier during the years, but we just figured he was getting a little older.
Yeah.
He was losing some weight, and then just the workload that he was always doing, you know?
Yeah.
So, and then plus my dad, bro, classic Mexican dad.
Yeah.
Never wanted to go to the hospital, never wanted to go get checked out.
Yeah.
He would tell us that he would go do his annual, you know, yearly checkups and stuff like that, and we would be like, oh, yeah, you know, like just like most of me, like me, you know? But, yeah, he was a fucking fighter, man. And I mean, I took my dad's death really hard. Yeah. But I had to practice what I preach and, you know, stay strong not only for myself but for my family. Yeah. And then
what helped you the most, like, throughout that time?
I would say just music. His music.
Your mom was with you through that too?
Yeah. Oh, yeah. So my parents got divorced when I was in 3rd grade, but the family was always together. My dad had his girlfriend. My mom has Jesus, my stepdad. But every family party we had, my dad and his girlfriend were at the house. And then vice versa. We're always with my sisters, everything. So the family was a family. You know, my mom took it hard, right? But I think all of us kind of took it different. Yeah. Everybody took it different. The one that really was the strongest was my youngest older sister, Nancy. Because she was the one that accepted my dad into the house under the hospice care. And we kind of took turns up until the last day to take care of him. Yeah. But my sister, I don't know how the hell she does it mentally. Yeah. I mean, my grandma lived with my sister, and she was there for my grandma's death, and then she was there for my dad's death. So, you know, I don't know how the hell she thinks about it. Yeah. But it's crazy.
Yeah, man. I'm sorry for your loss, bro.
No.
Yeah. That's but what could you say to someone who, I mean, it's still pretty fresh for you. I mean, that's only a few months ago, bro.
Yeah.
But nonetheless, I mean, you've kind of got through that in a way. I'm sure you're still dealing with like certain things also, but for someone who just freshly lost someone, like what would you say to them? What was something that you would, just words that they maybe would need to hear that you felt like would help you in that situation?
Well, I think the first thing to address is it doesn't get any easier. It doesn't. You gotta be honest about it. Yeah. It really doesn't. And you just gotta be able to find happiness that the person is in a better pace and they're no longer grieving, right? You're no longer in pain. So that's the way I think about it. And the second thing I go about it is how that person motivated you as an individual. Like, how did my dad impact my life? Well, The dude made me competitive. The dude made me a hard worker. He made me a go-getter. You know, he made me enjoy the simple things in life. You know, even if I didn't have it, he made me want to pursue it to get it.
Mm-hmm.
So that's what I carry on every single day. And that's what I always tell people. Like, appreciate the little things that the loved ones that are no longer here, that they give you.
Mm-hmm.
And that's the way I kind of go about giving advice to people that, you know, lost somebody.
Yeah.
The main thing is the acceptance. You got to be able to accept it. You got to be able to understand it.
Mm-hmm.
And I mean, if you can't do one of those things, it just gets even harder.
Yeah.
So, I mean, the biggest thing is accepting that it doesn't get easier.
Yeah.
But then it's life, man. You can't control life or death.
Mm-hmm.
I mean, death it's gonna come to every one of us.
We're all gonna die. Yeah.
Mm-hmm. Whether it's an accident or whether it's, you know, just life getting older. But I mean, unfortunately, that's what it is.
Yeah, for sure. I mean, you said it, I think on the money is like, I'm sure it's different for everybody, like the way they cope. But I think what resonated with me is like, yeah, you carry on, like basically you taking what he taught you and you just kind of carrying that and you passing that on to everybody else too, like who you know. And I think that's powerful, bro, because in a way he kind of still lives on through you, like what he taught you and everything. So yeah, man, that's powerful for sure. But what do you feel like you want to what do you feel like personally you want to accomplish, like in the future? Like, what is something that you're striving for right now, or what is something that you have your eyes on set that maybe you have a goal in mind?
Man, so the biggest goal for me right now is, well, God willing, I'll be leaving in a couple months, right?
Leaving?
Yeah.
Yeah.
So I'll be leaving into a different agency.
Okay.
And with me going into a different agency, just pursuing lifelong goals that I've been wanting to do, right?
Mm-hmm.
Within that agency. For example, criminal investigations, right?
Mm-hmm.
Doing something like that. Or the end game for me is to be an instructor at an academy, fitness instructor.
Yeah.
Something that I would want to do for the rest of my life up until I retire.
Yeah.
So that's the main goal for me. Just coaching, living the lifestyle of that, and doing something that I know I'm knowledgeable of and that I can motivate other people to do every single day.
For sure.
So, you know, that's what I'm looking forward to right now.
Yeah.
And right now I'm actually in an instructor school.
Really?
So, you know, it's nothing new to me because I was a teacher. I know how to do the lesson plans. I know how to do the curriculum, the syllabuses, the objectives. So, you know, just being up in front of people is normal to me.
Yeah.
Talking about knowledgeable things that I know is normal to me. So it's pretty easy.
So how do you balance? That's the question. How do you balance all of this?
Fuck, man, it's hard. It's not hard, but you just got to be extremely dedicated.
Yeah.
The one thing that I stopped doing was saying that I'm tired. Because a lot of people say in text messages or when you're talking to your boys or your family members, what's one of the first things that we kind of say?
I'm tired.
Oh, fuck, I'm tired today, man.
Yeah.
That's one thing that I completely... Yeah, that's one thing that I completely took out of my vocabulary, if you want to say.
Yeah.
So the way I put it is, you're not tired. You put yourself in that position, right? If you're gonna work early, well, you working early because maybe you want to make some more money.
Mm-hmm.
Well, you put yourself in that position, so you're not tired.
Mm-hmm.
If you know you get off work late, but you put yourself in that position where you worked early, well, guess what? You put yourself in that position, so you better get your ass to the gym.
Yeah.
Even if you're tired, you fucking go do it.
Yeah.
So I try not to say that I'm tired, even though obviously we all wake up tired.
Yeah.
Right. I try not to wake up like, you know, looking up and like, fuck, man.
Yeah.
I'm tired. Nah, I'll just pop out of bed and be like, all right, let's get to it.
Yeah.
So
it's very... Have you heard the term like stoicism? Like being stoic?
Yeah.
Yeah. That's kind of what I think about. It's like... Hold up. I can't hear shit.
It's time for a Henny shot.
I'm down, bro.
There we go. I'm going to take one. On camera.
Yeah, yeah.
Yeah, I'm just gonna take it off the bottle, you know.
Go ahead, bro.
Oh yeah. Hey, Henny, sponsor me, please.
Hell yeah. Sponsor the boy. Curry. Do you like Henny, bro?
Bro, surprisingly, I don't drink Henny that much, but
Yeah.
I'll tell you what, when I drink it, that shit makes me rowdy, man.
Yeah.
Loose, man.
Hey, you know what? Shout out to my boy Bobby from Houston. We used to hoop every single day back at the rec center. Bobby, if you're watching this, it's because of you, dog. You got me into Henny, man.
Hell yeah.
Back in those apartment days.
It's actually not. It's actually I prefer that over like. I mean, it's not whiskey. It's called like a cognac or
Cognac.
Cognac.
Yep.
I think that tastes like pretty good.
It's not bad. It actually went down smooth, bro.
Yeah.
The real one that they just released was Hennessy White, but you can only buy those overseas.
I saw that. Yeah.
I had posted on IG. I don't know if you saw that.
No, did you get one or what?
Yeah, so they're having a limited edition sale in the States.
Mm-hmm.
I don't know how long they're having, but I bought 4 of those bottles.
Yeah.
They-
Oh shit. Yeah.
Yeah.
How much were they?
Dude, they're $90.
Oh fuck.
But about
Can you
4.
resell them?
Nah,
No.
I mean, I don't. They just let you buy one per person.
Oh okay.
I went to 4 different spots to buy 4 different bottles.
Yeah.
So I have them stocked up just in case, because I don't know when they're gonna
Yeah.
not take them out.
For
no
sure.
more.
And yeah, I think back to what you said, bro. I think a lot of it for me now is like I try not to complain now. Like I think that's a big thing whenever I'm like, because a lot of us do it, bro. We'll ask like, fuck, I gotta do this, or like we'll just be in like I know sometimes I get in a mood where I'm like, fuck, like I don't want to do this, but I think it goes back to that, like just stoicism. Being stoic is just like, this is like, essentially you got to look at it as like, this is your fucking duty, bro. Like this is what you got to do, and you're making it like 100 times harder. That energy that you're using to complaining and just kind of not wanting to do it, you telling yourself that's taking energy away from like what actually needs to be done, you know? So it's like, if you just look at it as like, no, this is my role, like this is why I'm here, is to fucking get this work done, like, and who else is gonna do it at the end of the day? Like it has to be me. So
Exactly.
like why am I gonna sit here and complain? Like work has to get done either way, so are you gonna do it or you're not? You know, so it's I could definitely relate in that, bro. It's
Just always remember, man. You put yourself in that position for a reason.
yeah.
So whether you're tired, whether you're complaining, we'll get over it, because you put yourself there.
Yeah.
That's how I always think about it.
What's that? You have it in your room, bro. What's that quote that it says? Is it pressure is a privilege? Yeah, it's pressure is a privilege. And in a way, like, the more you... In a way, yeah, it could be pressure. It could be pressure to, like, go up and do these things. But in a way, like you said, you put yourself in that position. And that just means you have responsibility, bro. And I think responsibility is, like... If you take on... The more responsibility you take on, I feel like the more fulfillment you have, in a way. I think, like, that's where a lot of fulfillment comes from, you know?
And the better you handle the pressure.
Yeah, exactly.
Like when the pressure gets tough, you're going to know how to handle it, because you already put yourself in the position, maybe in a different aspect, but at the end of the day, it's all the same thing.
Mm-hmm.
I mean, that's a good quote.
Yeah, pressure's a privilege. I like that a lot. That's fine.
Pressure's a privilege, or apply the pressure, man. Which
Yeah.
one are you going to do? I'd rather be the one applying the pressure, you know?
Yeah, for sure. Yeah, hell yeah. I think it died. I'm going to change the battery. So are you going to go to the academy then in a few months?
Yeah, the academy in a few months.
Where's that?
Austin.
Austin.
Yeah, because this past academy is 3 months for
Yeah.
DPS. It's the lateral academy. So I didn't make it into that one because of the circumstances, right? But now, the one in May, I have to do the whole 6 months. So I'll get the full complete academy versus the 3 months.
Yeah.
So that's going to be the next move right there.
Have you thought about, are you still going to try to like be active in the run club?
You know what? I haven't put much thought into it. Thomas
Yeah.
knows. Because Thomas is going to be here.
Yeah.
I mean, I'm not the face of it, right? It's me and Thomas.
Yeah.
So whether I leave or whether I stay, it's going to be in good hands no matter what.
He'll hold it down for sure.
Yeah, he's going to hold it down. And then plus, there's a couple of other little run clubs that are popping up, right?
Mm-hmm.
Like my homie Mike, the Bartista from Viejo Coffee. He has Slightly Off Running.
Yeah.
My homie Evan, who does stuff like this, right? He's media. He does all the graphic designing. He's a musician.
Is it recording? Yeah.
He's a good dude, bro.
Yeah.
He's got diamond lung endurance. So he just popped up with that. And his is more Lower Valley, right?
Yeah.
And then you have Weekend LSD, which stands for Long Slow Distance. And that's my boy Bardo. So he's starting that run club. So those three, you know, they're starting their little run clubs, and I hope they get the momentum. Not that I hope, they will get the momentum. And, you know, that just really makes me feel appreciative, because me and Thomas put in a lot of time on this stuff, and just to influence people to do the same and to make their own little stuff, it's cool, man. It's real humbling.
For sure. I think that's badass, bro. What do you, because a lot of people don't have that mindset. Like a lot of people, like if they see somebody doing the same thing, it's like more like, it's not as supportive, you know. They have a different mindset where it's like, yeah, for sure. What do you think that, how have you looked at, why do you think you look at it in that way, and why do you think why do you think that's important to look at it in the way like you do, where it's like, nah, we're all in this, like, it's not really competition, bro. It's like, if we're all doing the same thing, we can kind of elevate each other in a way, you know?
Exactly. I mean, I don't look at it as a competition. I look at it as a growth. For us to motivate each other, that's just growing in itself. And then that's just giving more ideas. Maybe ideas that I didn't think about, but these guys are thinking about. I'm like, damn, dude.
Yeah.
Good fucking idea.
Yeah.
How are we going to grow from that?
Yeah.
How are we going to make it better the next time? What kind of things are we going to implement here? Because some of the ideas that me and Thomas come up with, it's not original. We see it from other run clubs that we follow, or run clubs that I've personally been to, like in Austin, right? We did the Block is Hot relays at Lost and Found. I got that idea from the Zyko relays from Austin, where you get a team of 4, each person runs 2.5 miles, and first to finish, team-wise, gets a prize.
Did you come up with that? The Block is Hot?
Yeah. No, Thomas came up with that one.
That's fire.
I told him, I was like, hey, let's do this, but let's come up with a name. And Thomas came up with The Block is Hot.
Yeah,
so now
dope.
we got something that's going to be, that was our inaugural one. Now we're going to do it the next year.
Yeah.
And then the year after that. And we did it completely illegal, by the way, respectfully.
Why is that illegal?
Well, not illegal. Fuck, that's the wrong word. So we did it. We found a loophole. Basically, with those type of races, obviously you have to get a city permit. You have to do a lot of things, right? But what we did was, Johnny, you know, that owns Lost and Found.
Escalante?
Yeah, Johnny Escalante. He hooked us up with the venue, which is Lost and Found, right? And then we have Viejo Coffee right attached to it. So the way we did it was, we didn't label it as a race. We just labeled it as a relay. Basically, like just a run club that we were just going to run around the neighborhoods.
Yeah.
So we didn't have to, you know, get police escort or anything like that. It was just a simple run that we were going to do as a team.
Yeah.
So we team-based it. Just like public roads, man. You don't need to ask the city to use a public road unless you're safe with it. And that's how we went with it. It's not until you get to like parks, or if you want to block off certain intersections at like downtown or make it kind of unique, that's when you get into the city's pocket and be like, all right, we got to pay you for permits. We got to pay you for vendors and all that stuff, which we dipped into, but it was such a hassle. So we were figuring out ways to do it for free. That way people don't have to pay for it, and then we don't have to pay for it. Because at the end of the day, man, we don't want to charge people. We just want people to come out to the events that we host and just have fun. Yeah.
Fuck yeah, bro. Me and Curry have been talking, we want to throw an event that has something to do with what we got going on, what we do. But we're still in the ideation stages of like, all right, what would fit our brand, and what can we do that is, just kind of goes along with what we're trying to do. But there's so many ideas. But I mean, that's honestly inspiration from you guys, because I see like you, like especially partnering with like Denny and like you just partnering with everybody and just throwing these events and just having people come together. Like I'm like, damn, bro, that's so fire. So we're kind of in the stages of like, all right, what can we do? But yeah, man, that's dope.
It's not. I don't think you guys are kind of in the stage. You know what you want to do.
Yeah.
Right. But don't be so hesitant. Just do it.
Yeah.
Even if you think that it's gonna have minimal people, or whatever your mindset is on it, just do it.
Yeah.
Like, I don't care for the way I'm putting it is, if I'm going to do it, I'm doing it because I want people to enjoy themselves. And I feel like if you're going to do something, just fucking full send it. Yeah. That's it. Even if it's just very small, just do it. That way you know how to do it better the next time.
Yeah, for sure.
And then on that next time, you could do it. Okay, you're going to get another idea. This is how we're going to do it the next time. And it just keeps going. And that's what me and Thomas kind of did. That's all we're doing right now is knowing people, networking, and doing it better the next time.
For sure. Fuck yeah, bro. Well, yeah, man. I know there was something I wanted to ask you too, bro. But yeah, exactly. Just do it. You got any questions, bro? No. Solid. Yeah.
What's your favorite quote?
My favorite quote. Fuck, bro. I don't think it's one. Well, yeah, I have a few actually. So one by Marcus is, Hennessy, never stop, never. No, I'm just kidding.
All right, I'm gonna start asking you questions now. This is gonna get interesting. All right.
Favorite quote? There's a quote by Marcus Aurelius. He wrote Meditations. I think it's enough talking about what a good man should be one. Or enough talk about, I think that's how it goes. Enough talking about what a good man should be, and it's just be one. Because, like, what that means to me is, like, you can talk about, like, there's so many people, like, we kind of get caught up in, like, talking about what's right, what's wrong. But it's like, you got to be the example of that yourself for that to really mean something. So I just try to exemplify, like, anything that I feel like I say or anything, I just got to do it, instead of just talking about it. That one, and then The Man in the Arena. It's a little bit longer, but it's by Theodore Roosevelt, and he basically just talks about how the man in the arena, he's talking about, in a way, how there's people that it kind of just means more that you're, for someone who's willing to put themselves in a position to, like, take a risk or do something that they really want to do, like, for example, the Run Club or, like, the podcast. Like, it means a lot more of you putting yourself in the position, and even if you fail, then at least you tried, and at least you gave it, like, you actually put that into fruition, and you actually gave it your all, and that means more than just not even trying whatsoever, and just kind of not even giving yourself a chance to succeed, and just kind of, because in a way you kind of put yourself in the crossfire for, like, a lot of hate, a lot of negativity, a lot of people kind of talk down on you, but in a way, like, it takes courage to be able to, like, take that on and still, like, do it no matter what's gonna happen. So yeah, that's one of my favorite quotes.
No matter where you're at, bro, there's gonna be haters everywhere.
Yeah,
there's gonna be someone talking shit for whatever reason, and that's the beauty of life, dude.
Yeah,
taking that shit talking and talk shit right back with your actions.
No, I like that. What about you? You got a quote that stands out to you? Dude,
my favorite quote, Jordan Belfort from Wolf of Wall Street.
Yeah.
Or Leonardo DiCaprio, right?
Yeah.
You can think about this quote any way you want. But when I first heard it, and I first heard it through Wolf of Wall Street, right?
Yeah.
Where he said, he's talking on the phone. He's like, I always tell my clients, don't judge me on my winners. Judge me on my losses, because I have very few.
Damn.
Oh, fuck, bro. I remember hearing that quote for the first time. I'm like, damn.
Yeah.
That's the fucking crazy ass quote. So you could think about that any different way you want, life-wise.
Yeah.
But I mean, for me, that just means, that's a good quote, right?
Yeah, like it took a minute for it to sit in. I was like, it started, you know what I'm saying? I'm like,
yeah. Don't judge me on my wins.
Don't judge me on my winners. Judge me on my losses, because I have very few.
Yeah, that's fucking powerful.
Yeah.
Jordan Belfort, man, that motherfucker.
Shit, that dude was straight hustler, man.
Yeah.
I admire people like that.
Yeah.
I mean, I know they were dirty as shit, but
Mhm.
fuck, man. The
Yeah.
type of mindset you need to have for that
Mhm.
and the grind, I mean, that's crazy. I mean, a lot of it was influenced by fucking drugs.
Yeah.
But, I mean, shit.
Yeah, no, for
fucking
sure.
geniuses, man.
Yeah. Do you kind of oh, what was your question?
How much of like your students or your players succeeding do you think has to do with like a personal relationship? Like, do you think like a lot of their success lies within you having a personal bond with them, or do you think it's really just on them just coming to terms within like the skill factor of things, like just being good at what they're doing?
No, man, you have to have a personal bond. I mean, that at least that's what I experienced, right? With the coaches that I grew up with, those guys, that's what I needed to succeed, was the bond and the shit talking that I had from those individuals. Like, for example, the three that I named earlier. Coach Smith, Coach Martinez, Coach Candelaria, and Coach Ortiz and Coach Parker. 5 of them, right? Those are the biggest influence of my life till this day. And why do you think that is? Is because exactly what you said. They created a bond with each and every one of us, not including myself, but all my teammates. And that takes a lot of work for coaches and teachers to get a bond with every single one of your students or student athletes. And those guys really dedicated their lives to not only what they were teaching, but to the sport as well. And I try to implement that with when I was teaching. I try to be engaged with all my students, whether they were badass kids or not. I treated everybody the same way, moving forward. I let everybody know the hard truth, but I also let everybody know what their potential was. And I figured if I can give that influence to those kids or any type of people, then that's the biggest thing. So yeah, personal bond towards not only one individual, but every single buddy. It goes a long way.
Yeah. Well, long story short, like we played at Andrus. We graduated in 2018. But he was, we both played basketball and we were like really fucking talented, really good. I think just the whole program, the Andrus program were like, those years were really solid. Like we'd make deep runs into the playoffs. I think our junior year, we made it to the Sweet 16. And then sophomore year we did. And then your freshman year made it to the Final Four. That was that like number 1 ranked team, basically.
You guys had Coach Lewis, right?
Yeah.
Yeah,
well,
Coach Lewis, dog. Coach
Yeah.
Lewis, dog. Hey,
Yeah.
Coach Lewis.
He's a special guy.
Fuck, man. Coach Lewis, every Saturdays, baby, we would fucking go to Andrus Open Gym. Oh, my God, man. It'd be me, Cliff Tucker, rest in peace to my boy, fucking A-Dub, Sean Taylor. Oh, man.
Yeah.
Man, we used to go in there and fucking Darius.
Yeah.
Oh, my God. Hands down, Andrus Open Gym. Back then, when Coach Lewis was there, best runs ever.
For sure.
You ain't never going to get that no more, man.
Just that energy is contagious, right?
Yeah, he set the mold of open gyms. I don't care which open gym you went to. Andrus was going to be the most lit.
Yeah.
The most lit.
For sure.
The most competitive. Everybody wanted to go out there. And then he ran that shit full court.
Mm-hmm.
And then if you were fucking half-assing, kick your ass out the gym. I seen Cliff Tucker getting kicked out the gym because Cliff Tucker was good, bro. Cliff Tucker was oh man, yeah. Cliff Tucker was a dog, right? But like sometimes Cliff always fucked around, bro, and Coach fucking Lewis hated that shit sometimes, and he would kick Cliff off the damn court or kick him off the gym, bro. And I'd just be like, oh shit.
I can just see him. Give me the ball. Get off the court.
Yeah,
no,
bro.
For real.
God, man. Fucking. And then, who was who was the handles coach?
Gene.
Gene was there. Yeah, I mean Gene used to play a lot.
Yeah, we were in high school. He run sometimes.
Yeah. So what the thing is so we had Coach Lewis up to our junior year. And sophomore year, yes, sir. And he had to leave, or there was a bunch of whatever. I don't even know exactly the story, but yeah, between the coaches and shit. Anyways, we lost coach. So it was basically in him, and then like not to call you guys out, but it's what happened. Like the start, like basically everybody but me in the starting five, like they not that James was always my boy. Like we had been best friends forever. And I was super cool with like, I mean, those are still some of my best friends to this day. But they were definitely they were on bullshit back then, bro. Even though we were very talented, like they got caught. Like, I mean,
You can say it, bro. I mean,
yeah. I mean, they got in trouble out of town, like smoking shit like that.
I remember, dog.
Yeah.
I know the story.
Like,
Yeah.
man, you know what's
Yeah.
going on back in the day.
Um,
We're just kind of confused, bro. Like, you know, we didn't know any better, really.
Young
yeah.
kids, bro.
Like, we didn't see any wrong at the time. We're just smoking, like, you know what I mean?
So yeah. So anyways, like, I guess where it's coming from is like, even though he does take accountability for it, like I should have like been on my shit, like doing that. We're also trying to see like from a coaching standpoint, like how much of that has to do with like, I guess the relationship they built with you and like those other players, like.
Yeah, no, you're exactly right, because the way you're putting it, right, a coach needs to get personal with you. Like Coach Lewis always was personal. He didn't give a fuck who you were. He's going to be personal. And this goes back to, well, I'll tie this in together, right? Coach Martinez, freshman year, he straight up told me that I sucked. Then why am I playing basketball? But why do you think he said that? Because he saw the potential. And so going in after my freshman year, getting into the summer, going into my sophomore year, he fucking elevated my game.
Well, he knew he could tell you that though, because he knew you so well. Like if he told that to somebody else, they could fuck around and quit.
Exactly.
But you took it as like, oh, I gotta fucking get better now. Like
exactly. When you're a coach, you have to understand your players, and that's the question that you asked. You need to develop the bond. One, develop the bond of your player, which is going to get to know your player. Once you get to know your player, now that's when you start getting into the coaching aspect. Now you're going to know how you're going to be able to coach that kid. What's your body language going to be towards that kid? What's the verbal cues you're going to be telling that kid? And now, how are we going to tie those two together? And that's exactly how Coach Martinez did it with me. Was body language and then the way he spoke with me. And that's how it raised my competitiveness to the next level. And that's exactly how fucking Coach Lewis did. Coach Lewis at an open gym, just his presence alone, fucking yelling, always saying like, oh, you fucking turn over the ball, stop the fucking game. Like, if you're going to just be running and just doing that half-ass bullshit, get the fuck out the gym. Because he wanted you to go in there and play and not fuck around. And that's what I think all of us admired at fucking Andrews, was going into that gym and knowing that you're going to get the best game out of everybody. Because who brought that? Fucking Coach Lewis. And that was his coaching mentality, was if you ain't getting it, you're fucking out. And he wanted you to be a fucking dog.
And I mean, so is it rare to come across coaches like that?
Now, yes. So you got the OG coaches that are going to be still saying what they're saying. But then you got some coaches that are cautious. And then now with the generation growing up, bro, it's crazy. A lot of coaches are a little bit hesitant to kind of tell these kids the real shit. And I've heard that through numerous coaches that are my boys right now, where they're telling me, man, it's hard to get through these kids because the parents won't allow them to have that mindset no more. So, I mean, it comes from the household, man, to be honest. It sucks as a coach because things are changing. Times are sensitive. If you say one thing that we used to be getting told back then, can't say that now. Can't say that now, bro. I mean, now this generation, to be honest, is a little soft. I mean, I know I'm a little bit older now, but I think the last good years of actually coaching was 2012 and down. 2012 coming up, things changed. In my perspective, though. I mean, people are probably going to talk shit about me saying that, but that's just my perspective.
Yeah, I can see that.
Because 2012 and down, open gyms, bro, coach's presence in those open gyms, it was fucking nuts. You go to Burgess, right? We had ours. You go to Irvin. You go to America's, Coach Brooks. You go to fucking Parkland, Andrus, Chapin. You go to even El Dorado, bro. Used to go there all the time. I mean, just going to those open gyms, it was crazy. It was nuts. Because the best players were there, the coaches were there, and they were present.
Mm-hmm.
Now, I don't even hear about that no more.
I don't even hear about open gyms anymore.
Yeah, I mean, it's not the same, bro. It's not the same.
No, bro, and that sucks, man.
You bring your squad, and then it's just like, yeah.
Your squad and we're gonna take over your fucking open gym.
Bro, my boys would hate me. Like, my OG boys, they still talk shit to this day. Matter of fact, we were talking about it the other day. They would be like, motherfucker, you would leave us for this squad. I was like, yeah, motherfuckers, I want to win. not saying, no knock against them, right?
Yeah.
But, like, I would want to go to the other person's gym and destroy them. Or people would come into my gym, and that's it. You want to come to my gym, you got to earn this shit. You got to earn the win. And there's no more of that, man.
Yeah.
What I blame is fucking social media.
Yeah.
We didn't have that. We were talking about it earlier. The newspaper clippings. Shit, we were playing for stats on the newspapers. We were playing for just being the header of the newspaper.
Mm-hmm.
Not saying that we were playing for all that stuff, right? There was more that we were playing for, but we appreciated that.
Oh, for sure.
Like, yeah, for us, we were like, damn, this is crazy. Like, we're in the front newspaper, even for something so small. And that's something that we would always look forward to or motivate us to even play harder, right? We wanted the recognition. Nowadays, social media, it's just given to you at this point.
Yeah, anybody and everybody can just...
Bro, it's not even earned no more.
Yeah.
Anybody could just be whatever on social media. Kind of sucks. It kind of took away the shine of your hard work and sports in general.
Damn, I never really thought about that. Yeah, that's pretty crazy. Because,
Yeah,
like, back then, like, if you were getting recognition, it's because, like, because you had it. You know, you were that dude.
bro, like, I'm telling you, I mean, if you were first team all district, you would get sent to the newspapers, and you would be with like first team all districts, and you would take the photos with those people, and then you just have your cover head with your first team all district, and then an explanation and details about you on the newspaper. Now it's just all social media based, where it's just it doesn't hit hard no more because you just constantly see it.
Yeah.
And if you constantly see it, then you just get accustomed to it, and it doesn't make you want to work hard.
Yeah.
I'm not saying that they're not working hard. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
But the level of work ethic has completely changed.
Yeah.
Are you working hard just to be on social media? Or are you working hard because you want to succeed in the long run? That's what I see it now.
Yeah.
It kind of sucks, man. But
yeah. That's a whole nother pod we can get into, to be honest. Yeah. But, man, it was a pleasure, bro, for real. I'm glad we got to do this. This is the Most Vulnerable Player, episode 21 with my boy Freddy. So, yeah, man, this is probably going to be released, hopefully not this coming week, but the week after. But, yeah, man, anything. So, your Instagram, what's your Instagram? What's, like, your information that people could follow you on?
I just have Instagram.
Yeah.
I don't have anything else
Yeah,
but
that's
Instagram.
perfect. Yeah,
so it's @IRun_ish.
Okay.
So I've had that handle since college, bro. Since Instagram first got released. And yeah.
Hell yeah.
It's been the same ever since.
Hell yeah. IRun_ish. And
I only got it because it says I was in college, right? So I was like, I run shit, you know? I run. Not meaning that I run shit like an egotistical thing. It was just more because I was running.
Yeah. I like that.
So I just kept it.
Yeah.
But yeah, that's my Instagram.
Yeah.
I mean,
and then
Run for It El Paso Run for It EP.
Run for It EP. You got to tap into those events, man. I'll be there. Freddie will be there. Curry will be there hopefully now.
Curry's going to be riding with me on the bike, man. Because I'll just be taking the pictures now.
Yeah, but definitely pop out to those. It's great vibes, bro. Good way to network, good way to make friends. And yeah, man, I mean, thank you guys for tuning in. This is gonna be on Spotify, Apple Podcast, YouTube, all that. Yeah. And
this was my first podcast, everybody. So I hope I didn't suck too bad.
Nah, bro.
At least I hope I was interesting.
For sure, bro.
I was looking at your old podcast. I was like, fuck, man, these people could talk pretty good, man. It's a difference between being in front of people and then being on the mic. You know what I'm saying? It's weird.
Yeah.
Not weird, but it's really new to me.
Yeah. No, I bet you. It's definitely still like, I feel like I've gotten more comfortable with it, but not for sure it's different. But nah, you did awesome, bro. Hell yeah. Glad we did this shit, bro.
And
Yes,
Hennessy, sponsor us, okay?
For real.
We took like 5 shots already. We're gonna take one more before we get out of here.
Hell yeah. Yes, sir.
Shout out to Curry. He's behind the mic.